What's up, YouTube? It's NG, the NeonX, and I'm back. It's 2023. So much has happened in the foldable space that I'm very curious. In 2023, do you still duo?
Now everybody scream enough respect to the X. Enough respect given.
So the Duo is still my go-to device for most everything I do mobile. Yes, it has its issues. It's nowhere near the perfect device, even now, years after its release, all these promises and this would fix that and so on. It hasn't happened. It hasn't happened. The device is still plagued with bugs, but not bugs that you can't work around, but bugs that you know are there that might cause a slight inconvenience here and there. But overall, the Duo in 2023 is still probably one of the most unique, most interesting devices you could have the opportunity to use. Well, here is my Duo 2. My pen, don't leave home without it, my pen charging case, and the nice little frame that the case comes with. I do call this my Stormtrooper look. I am a fan of Star Wars, and the black and white really does remind me of the Stormtroopers, so, you know, I tend to go for that aesthetic whenever I can. Now, like I said, I do use the Duo a lot, and so I've grown used to some of the issues that the device has become known for. I did put out a video not too long ago where I showcased some of these, or some of the newer issues that have begun to plague the device. But the Duo is still, like I said, what I use. You might say, what do I use it for? And that's pretty much everything. When I want to take notes, the ability to just press the pen and pull up a OneNote page, and I can write or type. If you watch my videos any at all, you know I like to write things down. So I like to write. It's just facts. And with this, I can write it down. Then when I'm done, I can put it away, close that down, press on this, bring up the keyboard, and say what it is, and boom, saved. So if I ever have a quick idea that I want to write down, the Duo allows me to do that, and I find it very useful. I know if you guys again have watched my videos, you know I had a Fold 3, I had a Fold 4. The Duo outlasted all of those, and not just the Duo 2, the Duo 1 as well, because I used this until I got this. And the Fold 3 and the Fold 4, you know, went by the wayside. Not that they're bad devices, but they didn't allow me to have the writing experience that I liked when I wanted to get these quick notes down. And just with the Fold, nowhere to put the S Pen, and that was an issue. I can write on the front screen. Now you might say, oh well, with the Duo you can't write on the front screen, and yeah, that's true. But the fact that the Duo, when it's closed, has no front screen to write on. So you don't expect to write on the front screen, and I made this argument. If you give me a device that has a place to write something down on the front and don't give me the ability to write something down, that is an issue. The Duo had a place for the pen. You see the pen. When you open the device, you are ready to go. And that's all I need, and I'm happy with it. I can fold it over, add a page, and have it just like a notebook if I want. And it's all good, it's all dandy. I can type, I can write. Actually, my keyboard should not be like this. I actually changed the keyboard because I was walking around. You want the full keyboard, much better. Right, I was walking around and I had it in one hand. You know, you want your keyboard on one side so it's easier. And yes, this does allow for that. Sorry about that. Yeah, one of the unique features of the Duo software is the ability to group apps that you constantly use together, and you can just save them and name them as you see fit. So when I open up the Duo, the other page opens, and I can just press one of the first groupings I ever had, hits the road, and it brings up Spotify and maps. Why? When I'm in my car, I invert the device. My car is somewhat old. I don't have all of the special tablet screens in my car like many of these new ones, but this negates the need for that. I have my maps here, I have my music there. What else do I need when I'm going on a road trip? To put in the map. Actually, it's normally like this, flipped over. Why? So when I go to search, the keyword comes at the bottom. I type it in where I want to go, then I put it back, and I'm on my way. I'm not going anywhere now. But yeah, groupings like this can be done on other foldable devices, even regular screens, but they aren't as wide. So you don't have the viewing area of the dual screens, or that the dual screens provide. And this makes it a lot easier to simply see what you're doing and where you are going, and to interact with the music at the bottom, or the app at the bottom. So very unique feature, something I use a lot on the Duo. Not just hits the row, but just the app groupings in general. I have TechTuber, that's where I have my YouTube studio. I can check the analytics of the vids that I put out, and I can also watch watch what I've uploaded, see if I like the way it looks, and you know, it works out pretty well for me. So I can't say that I'm mad with this at all. This is just a great little thing that I like. And again, most other phones can do it like this. Both screens are nice, full size, gives me all of the info I wanted without having to hold it in a horizontal view with my two screens in two little boxes, if they can even open at all. So yeah, being able to group the apps, very unique feature, and with the size of the screens, a very useful feature. And again, one of the main reasons why I do like to use my Duo as my go-to device for many of these things. My Duo is also used for my entertainment when it can be. As you have my Netflix and all the stuff that I watch on a singular page. Now, would I recommend watching any of these things, let's say full screen? No, simply because let's play this for a example. Now, on one side, it is fine. You gotta love yourself some Batman Beyond. You can watch that, do something here. But as I said, most people want to watch their stuff on full screen. The Duo does have the divider in the middle, which, you know, some people just can't get past. Me, how do I watch anything full screen? Depending on what it is. If the show that I am watching itself is divided like an interview, perhaps, like I watched one where it was the Undertaker on one side and some guy interviewing him on the other. The divider made for a natural divide that actually worked well with how the interview was showcased, because on the screen they had one side with the interviewer and the other side with the Undertaker, and it just worked out well. But in cases like this, can you watch it? Yes. Would you want to with this large bar in the middle? Well, that depends on you and how much it bothers you. But if you're fine with it, you have a very large screen to work with. Some things will look amazing on this screen. I also, though I haven't been doing it much and I do need to get back into it, I like to read on this device. The app that I use, and I've mentioned this app many times before, is Read Era. I do have the premium app. Whenever I use the app a lot, I like to give these app developers a little something to, just to show thanks for the effort that they put into these apps that really help to make the experience an enjoyable one. In this case, this was the last book I was reading. I should be finished this book by now, but I kind of fell off. And yes, you can actually have the book on one side, and maybe you might want to have notes written down on the other side. Again, I could just do that was a screenshot. Sorry about that. Wrong control. I could create a page here. And no, actually, I would actually have it like that. I write with my right hand. So you guys be going through your book on this side. And as you find things, you can highlight them. And you'd copy it here, then go into your OneNote. Well, it depends on. Yeah, you can paste your things there. And if you're in school or if you are someone like me who just wants a better understanding of what they are trying to read, it's a very good way to, save those notes, to save those ideas that you might have. If you are, again, a writer like myself, you can see something almost agreed, just a character in the book, and you can show it here, and you can mark up things and send it to your colleagues or your friends, and from there you're good. Share the page and boom. So very useful in that regard. And if you're not taking notes, if you just want to relax, the Duo is the one device that allows you to read your book as if it was a real book. That's something a lot of these other devices cannot say. The length, the width, the screen size does not lend itself to a very good reading experience. I don't know how people will be on their iPhone and they'll have their book, whatever, and they're scrolling through like that. That makes no sense to me. A book is not on a single screen, especially one as small as this. Even if this was the Mac, the screen is just the wrong shape and size for an enjoyable reading experience. And don't get me started with people who read like that. What is that? A notepad? Let's not do that. The Duo, on the other hand, lends to that more natural reading experience that we are used to from actual books. Now when books are no longer a thing and screens take over as the dominant reading tool, well then that's a whole other story. But even then, the Duo will still be the more useful, because you just fold it over and you have your large screen, and it's still a better length and width than something like the iPhone would be. And I know most people, at least in America, use this thing. I'll stick with this for the better experience when it comes to what I do. Thank you very much. I do game still, and the Duo is still the primary device. Well, let me not say that. It used to be the primary device until I lost the controller that I used with the Duo. Now I can use an Xbox controller and that works great, but I did like the ability to have the device in my hand and have the one screen up top with info about the game I'm playing, and then the controllers at the side here and the game in the middle. It made for, again, a very unique gaming experience that one could only achieve with a dual screen device like the Duo. So I don't game as much on this now because I don't have that controller, and when I get it back, I'll probably get back into it. But for certain games that aren't too complex, the Duo does offer, if you didn't already know, games that have controls built into the Duo, and that's unique to the Duo through Microsoft. Now, not every game does it the same. Some games like this one I am trying to play now, not Ghostwire, Wulong, make it really complex, more complex than it has to be. But the option is there. and that's what makes it a unique experience. The Duo pretty much turns itself into a Nintendo DS, if any of you remember what that is, with the controls at the bottom and the game itself at the top. And because it's a Microsoft Duo, the Xbox xCloud experience is one of the best you can have on a mobile device that does have that app. Now, oh, sorry, I can't even use the pen. Sorry, so used to the pen. Now there goes the game. There goes the controllers. Now, once I press start, I've played this in about a week now, and playing it with these touch controls is not going to help me out. Now, it just got a lot more complex with all the various moves that you can do in this game. And being that you don't have the controller to be able to hold this button and press that, hold this button and press that, they made a visual key or a visual button for every button combination you can do. So let's look at this guy right here. Ooh. It responds well. The only issue is right now these things are kind of close. You can adjust the buttons. If you press that, you can move them around, move them to the side just so you have a bit more space. But the fact that you have so many buttons that you have to contend with in this game in particular, to get your thumbs to a position, like me, I would prefer my thumbs to be here, but that would cut off all of that, and that doesn't help the game at all. But again, the Duo offers probably the most unique mobile gaming experience on any device, thanks to the Xbox Game Cloud and what it has to offer. Let me go fight this guy just so you can see what I'm talking about. Because I am so dead. Really? Yeah, and just like that, I was dead. This is a Souls type game, if you know what those are, and they are made to be absurdly hard. And the fact that I don't normally use the touchscreen controls, yeah, I didn't know what I was doing in that scenario. So, but just to show you what I do on the phone, not that game, but yes, I game, I read, I watch shows, I do social media, I prepare my YouTube vids, I check my YouTube vids, my banking, my business, music, my podcast. I think I showed you in my last one. I'm currently playing a lot of Lou Later. It's very interesting to me. Triple KO, tech and video games, two things I like very much. And with certain apps, again with the two screens, Duo just makes it that much more visually appealing when you go and start to actually play these things. So this is very reminiscent of Windows Mobile Phone 10 when it was out. It's the same type of look, same type of layout. Now, yes, this app is not the app that the device comes with. This was something I got from the store, but it works. It works well for what it is. So I also write with the device when I don't have, like, let's say, my S22 Ultra with me. I don't carry this tablet ever. It's huge. So when you get an idea or you want to add something to what you're doing, you're already doing, again, the Duo is the best device for that. Here goes my top screen, everything I have been doing, and I can just add to it as I see fit to go in, and if you so choose, have this quality laptop experience. Depending on your Duo, the touchscreen might not be as accurate, as responsive as you might like. It's just something that I have found out. There are times where I will go to press something and it might miss that touch. Maybe it's me. Maybe it's not. But in a pinch, the Duo is a great device for even this. If you have a paper to write and your laptop is dead, it's not charging, it got wet, whatever could happen, the Duo can easily replace what you are doing and how you do it, because it does offer that type of functionality. This is Office. All of your Word, your PowerPoints, all of those things can be done on this device. If you have to use Zoom, if you need to use any of those Zoom, Teams, all of that works just fine here. In Teams, from what I understand, I haven't used it on my personal Duo, you can actually share the whiteboard, have your call going, and actually write on your device here, and they'll see it on whatever device they're on, whether they're in the office, they're at their home, and you could share ideas that way. Just Teams and whiteboard work just fine on the Surface Duo 2. So it really does cover all bases, even today, for what an active mobile lifestyle would be or could be. Now, if only they, like I said, were able to crush whatever bugs that persisted on the device and give us a smoother experience, this would be a game changer, or more so of a game changer than it already is. Alright, so I do all of these things on my device still. Now, one of the more unique things that I have done with the Duo, and I won't go too far into it in this particular video, is I did, if you look at the top here, if you noticed it, I do have two bars there. Because I did go the way of using my device as a dual SIM device. I activated the eSIM and put in my secondary SIM card in there as well. So now that my Duo is officially the primary device of most of my contacts, everything that is going to come to me will come through this, as well as whatever other device I have. So if one device is low on power, which would likely be this one, but I just like knowing that my favorite device is the device that I know I can use for everything, instead of having to carry the two separate devices with two separate phone numbers on them. But even with the T-Mobile digits, it won't always get the text or call from the other device. The app just won't work right. At least now, with both the eSIM and the physical SIM card in the device, I don't miss any of them. But for what it is, the Duo 2 is still one of the best devices for just about everything you might want to do on the go in this new digital mobile world that we are living in. The battery life, might say otherwise, because since I've been talking to you, this thing has gone down to 27%, and it's only 124. Like I said, constant use, heavy use on this device, this thing will not last you a workday, and that's the biggest issue with it. If they could find a way to get larger batteries or more optimized batteries in this thing would be the only device that I need. But such is life. You can't have it all. So Duo 2 in 2023, yes, I still Duo. So with that said, my name is NG, the NeonX, and still doing the Duo in 2023. This is what I'm into.